Today's show is pre-recorded.
Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like the Dapper Dawn, giving them microphone, dressed like $1,000,000, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Yeah, out there listening to me. Put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Why don't you join me? Ooh, Steve Harvey. Get 'em on, y'all. Better give me some eggs while I listen to Steve Harvey. Yeah, you join in with me. If you're with me, help me say, turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on. Yeah, turn it on. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them out. Harvey turn them on in the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only, Steve Harvey. Got a radio show. Man, oh man, oh man. I thank God for it. I thank God for all he's done for me, for all the little things that I oftentimes fail to thank him for, that I take for granted for. You know, I was talking the other day to a buddy of mine. We had gotten to this conversation about God, and in the conversation, we had narrowed it down, and we were talking about changing the way we are as people. You know, that everybody has to change. You know, nothing stays the same. Everybody changes. And a lot of these changes can be for the good, and a lot of them they just come with time. You know, sometimes it's aging that changes us. But no matter how old you get, you still have the ability to improve as a person. You may not have the foot speed you used to have. You may not be as agile as you used to be. Your energy level may not be what it used to be. Your desire to do some of the things that you used to do may be gone. The thing that doesn't have to change and will not change is you. You have the ability to continue to grow as a person. Even when Father Time and nature has taken its course, we were talking about everybody can change, and everybody has the right to reinvent themselves as they get older. And I equated it to jumping out of an airplane. You know, there are some people, man, who get to a certain point in their life and they jump from the airplane is now almost a stunt of some kind. It's almost like their life done got out of control. You ever seen somebody jump out of an airplane and the parachute don't open and their life start, and it seems like they start spinning and tumbling and they can't get it together? And I've seen some mid-air rescues before, but then there are times when when it hasn't worked. You know, you jump out that airplane and at first it's fun. I've never skydived before, but I would imagine when you first jump out of an airplane that people describe it as a sense of being free. And it's exhilarating when you first jump out the plane. But if you pull that cord and nothing happens, I've never happened to me, but I can only imagine the panic that's got to set in, because no matter how fun it was a moment ago, the flying over to one another, the holding hands in the air, the breeze, the descent, the feeling of all of a sudden, if you reach for that cord and it's not there, you're suddenly spinning out of control. And that's what happens in a lot of people's lives. When you first start your life, you jump out the plane, you free, you young, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But then you get to a certain point in your life when you go, okay, I'm going to pull the cord now. And pulling the cord is an important thing, because here's the analogy my friend gave me. He said, man, use your mind like a parachute. It works better when it's open. Well, see, what happens with a lot of people is they in life they jump out the plane, and they having this free fall, and it's fun for now, but they get to a certain point in their life where they got themselves in a situation, or they've had a little bit too much fun, a little bit too long, or they wasn't open to nothing, and they just did what they wanted to do, or they started getting involved with drugs or drinking, or started running with the wrong people. See, you jump out the plane, at first you're free falling, it's fun. But then after a minute, man, something happens and they realize, whoa, and they reach for the cord and the cord don't work. Well, now you're in a panic-stricken situation. And my suggestion and what I've learned from the analogy that my friend shared with me is that the sooner we can open our mind to God, the sooner we can develop that relationship with him. It's like pulling the cord and opening a parachute. If you open up your mind to God, God is like a parachute. God can slow your descent. God can turn this out of control free fall into a nice ride for you. See, that's what happened to me. I was spinning out of control. I had gotten myself into a point, man, where I wasn't doing real good. Oh, y'all would look at me and think, man, Stevie, man, no, I wasn't doing real good. I had spun out of control. I was in a free fall, and I reached for the cord, but I was so far away, the cord didn't open. Then I went to him and I pulled the cord. When I went to God, I pulled the cord and it opened, and he slowed my descent. And this is what I just believe. I don't believe now that I age as fast as I was aging, because I got that parachute open now. I take better care of myself eating. I work out more now. I'm not out of control. I have a direction now. That wind then got up under that parachute a little bit, and now I'm going, I'm still getting older, but the descent is so slow now, I'm able to enjoy the ride. I'm guiding my parachute over. Sometimes we go over to a vacation spot over here. We float back over to but I'm still getting older. I'm still going down, but the descent, because I've opened my mind to God, the parachute has slowed my descent. And now I'm rocking back and forth, but I ain't spinning out of control no more. I'm able to enjoy the view now. When you jump out that plane and you pull that cord and it don't work, you ain't looking at the view no more. You thinking of only one thing. How can I slow this down? Well, now I'm able to enjoy the view. I'm able to see all the beautiful things on the horizon that God has for me. I'm able to see all the beautiful things around me that he's provided for me over these years, because I've slowed my descent. I use my mind like a parachute. It works better when it's open. Open your mind to God, and so you can see the view, so you can slow the descent, so you can stop the out of control free fall that you've been on, that you could get your life together and see everything out on the horizon that God has for you. It turned out to be a very true statement. Your mind, if you use it like a parachute, It works better when it's open, y'all.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, it has arrived. The new day is here. We're glad about it. We're rejoicing in it. I'm simply overjoyed. Oh, my goodness. Thank you for another day. I couldn't have done it without you. No way. This is Steve Harvey Morning Show with Shirley Strawberry, Carla Farrell, that doggone Junior Kill Spates, J. Anthony Brown, nephew Tommy, and off in the background somewhere, a little country girl, Mississippi Monica.
Good morning, good Monday morning.
Good morning. It's Monday.
Yeah. November 1st, new month, Mr. Harvey.
Oh, yeah, it is November 1st.
God, dog, this year went by.
Christmas already?
Man.
You're enjoying yourself.
Away right now. She will be laying stuff away right now. This would be the day to have 6 baskets full of layaway. Christmas time, I'd see none of that damn stuff, but layaway was fun. I enjoyed
childhood memories are bitter.
I enjoyed it.
Bitter boy grew up to bitter man.
I know. Now you understand. See, you see why.
Stupid.
You look like a wagon train of stuff. Just whatever you want, put it in the basket. Don't worry about it. Mama gonna get it. Yeah. I didn't see none of that. Not one damn toy.
And we understand why. What you got, Junior?
You know what, man? Let me ask you something, Unc. Let me just ask you something, man. You know, if speaking of this holiday season, people picking up extra jobs and stuff, but I was reading an article over the weekend, and they talking about it's a labor shortage. People don't want to work. It's a labor shortage. So now, fast food restaurants and restaurant stuff are offering people $25 an hour. $25 an hour. If you had a job working fast food now, making $25 an hour, what would be your attitude towards everybody in your family if you made $25 just working drive-through? Just give me the talk, how you talk to people making $25
I was pretty strong with them back at Ford at $15 an hour. So I'm telling you right now, 25, high school.
Ain't got no diploma, nothing.
Why y'all knocking at my door?
You rich.
Mama, Daddy, get away from I'm trying to have some quiet time in here. Listen, I have my own TV. I don't have to come in there and watch TV with the family. No, I don't like Walter Cronkite. No, I don't.
Not Walter
Get in here and watch Walter Cronkite.
Yeah.
What?
Said it right.
I'm watching cartoons.
Yeah.
Got no time to come in here. Wait a minute. What? No, I don't need to borrow your car. I bought a bike. Steve, your flat tire in there. Let it be flat. I'm going to ride the other one.
Yeah.
You got an extra one.
Oh, girl, $25 an hour. You don't even understand when I was making minimum wage. You don't understand. I remember minimum wage when it was $1.45 an hour. I made that an hour.
Thank you, guys, for taking us back.
That $1.35 will take you out.
Coming up at 32 minutes after the hour, the pastors with church complaints right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Monday, the day after Sunday. It is time for church complaints with Reverend Motown and Deacon Def Jam. Here we go.
We gavel on this Kitchuous Day as we memorialize the reconciliation of the fact that church complaints is done on a Monday.
Yeah.
We
They know.
dubiously
We what?
dubiously recognize that this is the benefaction,
Oh, stop.
recollection, and dubiousfication of complaining. Lord have mercy, Jesus.
You better minister.
It's all right. It's all right. Let us begin with church complaints on a Monday.
Yeah.
Def Jam.
Yes, sir. All right, Pastor. We got a problem. Brother Chambers is having a problem. Every time he hears liquid pouring or running, he starts to pee on himself. If he's pumping gas, he starts peeing. If he turn on the water on the sink, he starts peeing. Now, what has happened is you poured a glass of water during the sermon yesterday, and of course, he started peeing. So everybody on the pew got, So they want you to put Brother Chambers out the church. It's up to you, though.
I'm not going to do that because unbeknownst to many, I have the same problem as Brother Chambers.
Oversharing.
When I play golf and it's a waterfall, I have to go pee. When I play golf, if I hit the ball in the water, the splash sound causes me to urinate. If I pass by the beverage cart and the little white girl is pouring a drink for somebody, I have to go pee. That is why I wear the same long dark robe every Sunday.
So you been up there peeing?
Yeah, all these years. So leave Brother Chambers alone, and when Brother Chambers figure out how to stop it, somebody let me know. I can stop too.
Okay.
And refuse to wear a depend. Refuse.
Hey, there's a lot about you I didn't know. Listen,
I have a McDonald's cup
Okay.
duct taped to my thigh.
Ma'am, too.
The big gulp or whatever.
Supersize.
Supersize.
All right, Pastor, here's another situation. Our scooter members are asking for a charging section. They've been running out of power. Now, we didn't know it, but Sister Joyce Guidry was stuck on the side of the church, and didn't nobody know it till Sunday night. So they asking for a charging section for the scooters.
We're not going to be able to invest in that. I've told the people, most of them come here and run their battery down shouting. Riding around in a circle at the church is not praising him. Going fast and backing up is not praise dancing. Now you up in the front just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You're running your battery down and you hover around, and we're not going to have a charging station for it. That is not praise dancing. And I told y'all to take all the ones in hover rounds off the damn praise dance team. Spinning in a circle, going forward, then backing up. Come halfway down the aisle, then you holler, then drive all the way around 2 laps and holler. That ain't what that is.
Why you so stupid?
Praise on your feet.
All right.
Throwing them hover rounds in reverse all fast and stuff. All these gears, you can hear all them gears changing. Gears changing.
Okay, no charging station.
We're not going to have that.
All right. You're going to have to do something with this boy now. Lil Thaddeus, he's a computer geek. He done hacked into Sister Doris Faye's hearing aid and is playing Lil Wayne's songs during service. That's why she be cussing. What should we do with this boy?
Hacked into
I think I'm not going to discourage that boy. That boy will turn around and be something.
Criminal.
I'd like to get one of the hearing aids so I can hear what she's hearing.
Wee.
Master, what?
Because I've always wondered what she was saying. Wee.
All right, nothing to the boy.
Must be something to the mustard. That's why Kes keeps stop cussing. I wonder what that was. Lil Wayne, huh?
Yeah. All right. Now, this is a serious situation. This is really a police matter, Pastor, but I don't know what you want to do with it. Sister Jasmine robbed a bank butt naked and got away with it because no one saw her face. They were all looking at, But 2 of our members were in the bank when she robbed it, and they want you to try to help them get their money back.
You say she was butt naked, Deacon?
She was butt naked when she robbed the bank.
Sister Jasmine was naked.
Yes, she was.
Lord have mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Father God.
And no one saw her face, Pastor.
I know that's right. Yeah. She's been coming here for 4 years, and I haven't seen her face. Glory. Glory.
Yes. Good God.
I've never seen anybody puts a whole new meaning to the term little black dress. Lord have mercy.
Yes,
God. Indeed. You know, I don't have much of a criminal record anymore, so I'm not on probation. So if she needs a place to hide out, I'll be able to survive aiding and abetting for sure. If she needs
Fugitive.
Okay.
stay at my place
We got
till
to
it
go.
blow over.
Praise the
Help me
Lord.
with the
Praise
people's
him.
money, though.
I'm not-
Coming up next,
we
it
don't
is
know
Ask-
that that's her.
it is Ask the CLO. And we'll do that right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll talk about Ice Cube turning down, get this, Steve, $9 million. $9 million. We'll talk about that and tell you why. Also, 2 Kardashians now have COVID. We'll talk about all of these stories, but of course, first, it is time for Ask the CLO, Chief Love Officer Steve Harvey in the building, ready for your love questions. Here we go with Ruthie in Philly. Ruthie writes, I'm married to a man that gossips a lot, and now my 28-year-old daughter isn't speaking to me because of him. He told my daughter that I don't like the man she's dating because he's too old for her, and he seems shiftless. What I really said is that the boyfriend is a bit older, and I wondered what was taking him so long to graduate. I told my daughter that her dad totally screwed up what I said. How do I get my husband to stop this behavior?
I don't know. I don't really know no grown ass men that gossip. I don't really know how you could fix that. Seriously, I just don't have men in my circle who do that. I don't know how to. Thank you for writing, though.
That's it. Ruthie.
You on to the next one?
I ain't got nothing for you. I don't know. I don't know a grown ass man that gossips. I don't know what to do. I don't have any experience with that. None of my friends do that. I don't know what to do. Anybody got a suggestion?
No,
Nope.
we don't do that.
Of course.
No.
No.
Yeah. See, the men. Well, I know the men out because when you do that, I don't know what that is. You gossiping?
Can you talk to him and tell him?
No, I don't know
it's
nothing
not
about that,
cool?
Shirley. No, girl, I don't know. You heard about what? Dog, I ain't got no friends comment. Hey man, did you hear about
Man, don't tell
But
me
men
about
do
that, Tony.
gossip. I mean, they do. But
Well, I mean, I would imagine they do, but
gossip
most of my friends call me with factual stuff.
Hey, you
And
watch
like
the
we
game,
at this
huh? You
age
see
now.
the game?
Hey man, you know, so and so in the hospital. That's it.
You watch the game?
That's it.
all right. Well, we're gonna.
Watch
move
the
Yeah,
game
I
and
ain't,
stuff.
no,
Maybe
I ain't
you'll
watch
think
it,
of
dog.
something. Maybe you'll think of
No, I
something.
ain't got nothing to think about. Next question.
All
Thank
right,
you for writing.
Akila in Duncanville, Texas writes that I'm in my late 30s and my husband and I had a threesome recently and he got upset because things didn't go his way. I happen to know the third party well and we've been together without my husband. I only brought my husband in because he's been begging me to. We're fine without him and it's a problem for him. He cheated on me 4 years ago and I forgave him. So what's the big deal with me having a side chick to myself?
Well,
got something
I can
for
get
her.
involved in this one right
Yeah,
here.
I
Yeah. Look, I don't know what to tell you. You got a side chick, and he want the side chick. He begged, and it didn't go his way, cause he ain't what he thought he was. See, you don't want to been there and got them 2 women up in there, and you found out you ain't enough for one. Hey man, let me tell you something. Don't go in there trying to beat 2 women at this here thing right here, cause you ain't gonna win this one, partner. You're not going to win this one right here. You can't beat them. You can join them, but you cannot beat them at this because you have to perform consistently.
Trying to love too.
And I don't know how to advise you of that. I am not good at that.
You failed miserably, didn't you?
Yes, experience level at that was
it's a good film.
Very traumatic experience.
I've
never
speaking
really
from
recovered.
experience.
He's had experience.
Well, I'm just saying, you can try it if you want to, homie, but it ain't what you think. It's one of the most confusing,
going on.
disappointing
Why are you looking scared
moments
right now on my
of
Zoom?
my life, because I don't want nobody to ask me nothing about it. Just take my advice. The reason he tripping is because he ain't found out he wasn't what he thought he was. Just like I found out I wasn't what I thought I was. And so that's it. Ain't no need of you. Ain't no need of you trying to blame nobody else. Ain't nobody trying. Me messing with your harmful. Y'all in here doing it without me. Hey, you shouldn't have took your ass in there. I'm just telling you right now.
All right. Okay, that's Tequila in Duncanville. We're moving
You're
on
too
now.
much for one man, but not enough for two. See?
Who is she?
The threesome question calls for that song.
Who is she? And what is she to you? That's what I need to know. Next question, go ahead.
All right, Samantha in North Carolina says, I met a man online, and whenever we tried to meet in person, it was a problem. After a month of him lying, he admitted that he was in a federal correction facility, and that is why we'd never met. I deleted my dating profile, and I changed my cell phone number. The chaplain from the prison wrote me a letter to vouch for him, and he encouraged me to give the guy a second chance. I like him so much that I have been considering doing so. So, do you think he will continue to lie if I give him a second chance?
Lady, are you serious? What is you listening to the chaplain at the prison for? Give him another chance. The government ain't giving him no other chance. The hell you finna do?
He been lying.
She likes him, Steve.
You like him, yeah. Where he got a computer? What's happening? There's more lies going on than that. For him to be sitting up chatting, online typing, it's way more lies being told than I'm in a federal prison. And now the chaplain, here's the thing. The chaplain, who know he ain't supposed to be doing that, done told you to give him another chance. Because how he communicating with you is illegal. What chaplain you know gonna co-sign an illegal activity to ask you to give him another chance? If you do, all he gonna do is go back because he keep doing the same. Girl, stop back, go on. What you talking about? You like him. Find somebody else to like.
Yeah. So,
Ready
no
to
to
love.
the second chance, Samantha. All right, moving on to Amina in Hawaii. Amina says, my sister's ex-husband is still close friends with my husband. Her ex-husband is dating a beautiful and very smart new lady. I told my sister that her ex was staying with us, and she said we were dead wrong for letting him stay at our house. I tried to reason with her, but she's mad. Am I wrong for letting him stay with me, or is my sister just mad because he has a new girlfriend?
Wait a minute.
It's her sister's ex-husband. He's got a new girl, and he brought
But
her,
he's staying with her sister and her husband?
his ex-wife's sister and her husband, yes.
He got a new fine girlfriend, but he's staying with them.
With
So
his
he just
ex-wife's
cute.
sister.
So he just cute then. That's what I'm going to say.
I can relate
He
to
just
that.
cute.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What? You can
And you can relate to what part of this, Thomas?
Cute.
Huh?
The cute
Cute.
part.
I didn't stutter. Cute.
as in goldfish.
It's difficult.
All right.
That's
Dang it,
what
we gotta
happens
go.
when you're not feeling well. It's okay,
Good.
Shirley. He not feeling well.
That boy said cute.
That's all.
I can relate.
He feels fine.
Team Tommy.
We gotta go,
So you
guys.
think he cute? Go ahead, Shirley.
All right.
If he said
Thank you,
cute, he
CLO. Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll have some entertainment news for you right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, some sad news out of Atlanta, and we're sending condolences to the family of Atlanta News anchor Jovita Moore. Miss Moore passed away from brain cancer. She was 54 years old. Her station in Atlanta, WSB-TV, announced her passing. and shared that she was diagnosed with glioblastoma after 2 masses were discovered on her brain back in April of this year. Jovita has been with the WSB TV team in Atlanta since 1998, and this touched so many people. Yeah. Everyone loved this woman. I mean, it was just sad news all around.
Yeah, condolences go out to the family down there in Atlanta.
Absolutely. And in other news, Ice Cube is taking a strong stance against his decision not to get the COVID-19 vaccination. And listen to this, Steve. It is costing him $9 million. You heard right, $9 million. Ice Cube has reportedly dropped out of the upcoming film Oh Hell No, co-starring Jack Black, because he does not want to get vaccinated, and he was set to be paid $9 million for that role. According to industry reports, Ice Cube has permanently exited the upcoming Sony comedy after he declined requests from the film's producers to get vaccinated. The film's production start date has been pushed back as Sony attempts to find a replacement for him.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to find a replacement.
Yeah.
I got 3 people on this show run their ass down there right now, standing right next to Jack Black.
Yeah.
Be up in here, be up as Tommy White. Damn, Jack Black be standing here next to Tommy White, J. Anthony Gray, Sheer Purple, and Steve Pink. Give a damn what color you want. I'm not $9 million. I'm not missing a damn day off because of this vaccination.
Wow.
I got stupid ass family members.
If he's working on a movie, the crew has to be vaccinated. So, I mean, I don't understand that. I'm sure they're going to be vaccinated, right?
It's just the deal now. So I have ignorant ass family members that won't get vaccinated. I text one of them. I said, hey man, you really do need to get vaccinated. You know, this fool texts me back. You need to get unvaccinated.
Oh, what?
I said, cool. I called my lawyer.
Take the medicine out of you?
No, it's cool. I called my lawyer and made sure anything happened to me or Margie. Don't have his name nowhere. Don't even let him come to the damn ceremony.
No Thanksgiving for him.
Cut
a lot of unvaccinated people are leaving their jobs.
Yeah.
I'm still a Cube fan.
This is a thing now. You're absolutely right.
I'm a Cube fan
celebrities.
Too.
Yeah.
But you know.
According to
you walk away from $9 million when you got $9 million.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're right.
Facts.
But look at all the people you can help with that. Well, anyway.
If you don't have
I promise you, if they ass was broke and here was an opportunity to make $9 million, I bet you they ass to get that vaccine. That's all I'm saying. As a matter of fact, I know.
A recent poll, Steve, shows that 5% of unvaccinated adults have left a job over the vaccine mandate. But, you know, would you guys leave a job for $9 million?
I must be in the 95% then.
Leave my work but this shot? Why? Because, see, here's the deal. Everything that they're saying that's anti-vaccine is a theory. It's a
lot of
theory.
Misinformation. Yeah.
It's not based on any scientific facts. Where are the scientific facts that this vaccine does something wrong to you? Just show me the scientific fact.
And look at all the people who have been vaccinated. They're walking around fine. I mean,
man, it's too many.
Look at all the other
They trying to kill black people. They trying to kill. Boy, you know this world ain't worth a quarter without black people in it.
Say that again.
Black this world ain't worth a quarter. Dog.
Yeah, they're gonna
first of all,
kill us. Right?
You take black people out and see what happened. What happened to entertainment? What happened to sports? Well, do you know all the great inventions we done come up with? Do you know the stuff that we're responsible for?
Yes.
Comedy gone first. We ain't laughing no more.
Comedies and music will never be the same. And sports, who finna watch this football game?
Oh, you can't turn the radio. You can't turn the radio on.
Right.
You gonna watch
You got all your defense is white. Your whole defense is white. The cornerbacks is white.
This game gonna be high scoring.
Both your cornerbacks is white.
I don't know what that means, but
all your running backs is white. What is we finna do?
Kansas City Chiefs win 6-3.
Low scoring game.
Field goals. Number field goals.
Oh, those field goals.
NBA All-Star game.
All white.
They've
No
canceled the
black people.
dunk contest. That won't be happening.
No, they having it, but layups is cool too, though.
Man.
No.
No.
Music, all of that, you said?
Gone.
Yeah.
$9 million.
Yeah, that's a lot of
Oxtails,
money.
gone. Collard greens, gone. Just,
Now you
oh my
Smothered
God.
chicken.
Smothered chicken, gone.
Turkey wings.
Water at the stoplight, gone. You ain't gonna get no water.
TikTok, gone.
all the challenges and trends and dances.
Yeah, chicken.
That what I
All
like.
the chicken fried right, gone. Just forget it.
Prisons, gone.
Yeah.
Really, Steve?
Yeah,
Family reunions.
yeah.
Gone.
Get
All
rid of
that
all the black
gone.
people.
Nah. You think about that. I bet you they don't let that happen.
Steve.
You're on fire
No.
this morning.
Just think about it right here. A government that's gonna get rid of prisons. Have you thought
It's
this
a
out?
business. Yeah, it is
I,
a business.
I'm just being really, really serious.
Private business.
Are you talking about?
All right. Coming up next, we're going to look into the mind of J. Anthony Brown right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Steve, introduce your friend. It's time to look into his mind.
J. Anthony Brown.
Yeah, this is pretty dog. I have a tip for any man or woman who's ever been busted. Do not watch the show Cheaters with your significant other, okay? Don't do that. You cannot do that. It's an uncomfortable feeling. Trust me on that one. All right, the other night I went to a Halloween party last night. It was off the chain. Everybody was up in there. Kevin Hart was dressed like Jiminy Cricket. Oh my God, I had a good time. Jay-Z was dressed like Medusa, man. The girl with the snakes in it. O.J. Simpson came dressed as Chucky. We made him leave his knife at the damn door. Lil Wayne took all them tattoos off his face. Nobody knew who the hell he was. Lil Nas was dressed as Cheryl Underwood. Flavor Flav was dressed as Big Ben, the clock in London. Stephen A. Smith, Snoop Dogg, and Rihanna came as 3 disco balls. Figure that one out. Work on that one. Keep that one in your head. Keep that one in your head. Stephen A. Smith, Snoop Dogg, and Rihanna came as 3 disco balls. Will Smith came as Dumbo. He left early, flapped his ears, and got up out of there. Lizzo played her flute and dressed as the Pied Piper. Nobody followed her because her ass was out. DJ Khaled dressed like the Pillsbury Doughboy. DJ Khaled was dressed like the Pillsbury Doughboy, and Cardi B was dressed like the Geico Lizard. Boy, you should have seen that tail on her. I'll be damned. Now, that was a party, man. That was a damn good party.
Man, that
Where were you dressed?
Lizzo, nobody followed her.
No,
Where were you,
nobody
Jay?
followed Lizzo playing the flute because her ass was out.
We heard you the
a
first
lot.
time.
That's a lot.
I'm going to do it again. Nobody followed Lizzo playing the flute because the little kids were scared and nervous.
Too close, mama.
Man, he don't care.
And I had a
you know.
good time giving out candy. I gave out scoops of rice. All you gotta do is all they want to do is hear that sound. They don't know what it was. They'll find out when their ass get home. When that rice hit that bag.
Of rice.
They're like, thank you.
You're an evil
Yeah.
ass. That's
Happy
right.
Halloween.
Ain't nobody gonna watch out for you, man.
Oh, man.
You better hope you don't
Happy
ever get
Halloween.
real sick, because they finna just watch you right out of here.
Here you go, little boy. 1 scoop for you, and a scoop for you. I like your costume. I'll give you an extra scoop. There you go. All right.
So it was dried rice.
Rice.
Uncooked
Jasmine
rice.
rice.
They thought they was getting a lot of jelly beans, Jay.
All they gotta do is hear the sound, Steve. And nothing's wrong with the rice. Now, if you want to cook it, it's up to you.
Oh, man.
His mind. Okay. Thank you, Jay. Coming up at 34 minutes after the hour, we'll have some more trending headlines on the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, Steve Harvey Nation, Election Day is tomorrow, November 2nd. 2 states and several major cities are holding elections this year for governors, state legislators, mayors, and more. Check out your voting status and know your rights at whenweallvote.org. That is whenweallvote.org. In New York.
And we got some big ones. Go ahead, Shirley.
Yeah.
New York.
In New York, Eric Adams, the Brooklyn borough president, emerged from a crowded field in the June primary. Curtis Sliwa, a Republican, is his opponent. In New Jersey, Governor Phil Murphy, the Democratic incumbent, is being challenged by Jack Ciattarelli, a Republican. Elections are also being held for the state House and Senate in Atlanta. Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms decided this spring not to run for re-election. She left the field wide open. If no candidate gets more than 50% of the vote, the race will go to a runoff on November 30th. 2 candidates lead the field right now, former Mayor Kasim Reed and City Council President Felicia Moore. In Virginia, polls show a very tight race between Democratic candidate Terry McAuliffe and the state's former governor and a former chair of the Democratic National Committee, and Glenn Youngkin, a Republican who worked in private equity. Virginia is poised to elect its first female lieutenant governor and its first black woman in a statewide contest. The candidates for lieutenant governor are Democrat Hala Ayala, who serves in the Virginia House of Delegates, and Winsome Sears, a former state legislator. So if you want to know more information about who, when, how, all of that, please go to whenweallvote.org. All right,
and
a lot going on.
In Virginia, flip the ballot over where the bills and amendments are. The last ballot is voting for casino and gaming at 2100 Walmsley. In Richmond, Virginia, and we want to vote yes for that to get the first black-operated and owned casino resort in the country. So if you are in Virginia, make sure you flip the ballot over and vote yes on the last issue about gaming in Richmond, Virginia. We want that because it will be black-owned. Thank you.
Yes.
As soon as it opens. Shaking them down.
Yeah, Virginia is a big race.
Trying to hit him over the head.
Yeah. Man.
Again, if you want more information, go to whenweallvote.org. Wow. Man. Democrat Hala Ayala. I like her name, Hala Ayala. She's a candidate for lieutenant governor.
Virginia, y'all got to get out and vote. We're on in Norfolk,
really.
Richmond, on in some big cities in Virginia. Y'all got to vote.
Please get out and vote. It's a tight race in Virginia.
That governor, yeah.
And we can make the difference like we did in the
And the candidate we want to win is who?
Terry McAuliffe. He's the Democrat there, the incumbent.
I mean, everybody needs to vote everywhere. If there are local elections in your area, you got to vote. You got to vote for those judges and mayors and propositions
all of that.
And all that. You got to see what's going on in your community. Don't ignore these elections.
That's right. And it's
also, and the mayoral thing is happening too in Atlanta.
Right. That's a big race.
Mayor Kasim Reed.
Is the push for us, for me, because I heard him talking, and I've just heard a lot about crime and stuff that he wants to fix, and I like that. I mean, we got to do something about this crime. Hell, this can't keep going.
And people think that former mayor and now new hopeful, again, Mayor Kasim Reed, hopefully, he can do something about the crime in Atlanta because it is getting worse. And his opponent will be City Council President Felicia Moore.
You were saying Atlanta, but we need to make sure too Jersey. We did really good. Philly.
Jersey.
Yeah,
Governor Phil Murphy.
So Governor we want all of our listeners, WDAS, WBLS, Jersey. You got to get on out there and vote. Make
absolute must, man. Absolute must, guys, because we've got to start voting in all the elections.
Right.
All of the elections. This Tuesday's a big one.
Here we go tomorrow.
All right, again, one more time. I can't say it enough. Go to whenweallvote.org to find out more information so you can vote tomorrow. And coming up next, it is the nephew with a prank phone call right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, about 4 minutes after It is my strawberry letter for today. The subject, why can't he take a hint? We'll get into that in just a little bit because right now it is time for the prank phone call with the nephew. Nephew, what you got?
Can I borrow your pool?
Your your whole swimming pool?
Can I borrow your pool? If I don't have one, then yes, I'm asking to borrow yours. Can I borrow your pool? Okay? All right? All of us are not fortunate to have one. Can I borrow your
Simple
pool?
question.
Okay, it's back there. Okay? What? Now, let's go, cat dog. Can I borrow your pool?
Hello?
Hello, I'm trying to reach Dava.
This is she.
Hey, Dava, how you doing? This is Kendrick. I live in the neighborhood. I got your number from one of the neighbors.
What? Which neighbor?
Do you know Louise that lives, I guess, a couple doors down from you?
I know Louise. Weezy. Yep, I know Weezy.
Okay. Listen, I got a bit of an issue here. I'm not actually on your street. I'm the next street over. But Louise told me that you might be willing to help me out due to the whole,
okay.
Yeah, due to the whole all right, due to the pandemic situation, the clubhouse is actually closed.
It is.
And, nobody's able to use the gym. Nobody's able to use the pool or anything like that until all of this kind of passes over. But my son's birthday his birthday party is scheduled for this coming weekend. And we now don't have a pool to use. And we wanted to see if you didn't mind letting us borrow your pool on Saturday and have my son's birthday party. Only a couple of hours. It ain't but like 15, 20 kids.
No, 15 to 20 kids. Are you in the United States? Do you understand what's going on? I don't know why Louise told you that. I'm just going to apologize for her. I don't know why she told you anything like that, but I'm not lending out my pool to no 15 to 20 kids. Now, we had a small gathering the other week, but it was only 3 people, and I guess she saw that, and I told her that, it was a birthday party, but that don't mean I'm lending out my pool to people. That's not what it means. And that was a family member, and I don't even know you. So for her to even give you my number was kind of goofy. You know what I'm saying? So I apologize,
So wait a minute. We already know it's that we in a pandemic. I got that. Yeah. But I mean, my son finna turn 10. You know what I mean? So I don't want to tell my son that we're not gonna have his pool party. I'm just asking you for a couple hours, and it ain't but 20 kids.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
Nothing to do with you or your son, baby. I'm sorry. Like, you're going to have to why don't you go to a hotel or something like that, and maybe you can, rent out their pool or something. But I'm not lending my pool to anybody. And right now, things aren't cleared up. I don't even know if I'm allowed to. And you talking about 15 to 20 people in my house, and I don't even
I'm talking about 15 to 20, and then she told me you would be straight with me using your barbecue grill or whatever, so I could do some hot dogs for the kids.
Okay, well, sir, I'm sorry. I think Louise got the wrong idea.
You know what? This is what's wrong with black people right here. This right here, this what's wrong with black people.
Black people. It's about smart people who know that this virus is out here killing people, killing kids, and going Rambo on everybody. No, because my thing is, you're not going to put my family at risk for your little son. Now, you can go ahead, like I said, and maybe call one of these hotels or motels and see if they can let you use their pool. You're not using my pool, sir. And like I said, I don't know why Louise gave you my number, but I'm sorry that you're having a problem.
I don't know why Louise gave me your number either. If you're going to sit here and act an ass about it.
Excuse me, sir. Okay, on this note, I'm just going to end this call because you're taking it too far, okay? You know what?
I'm going to do? What I'm not going to do is deny my son. I'm just going to come over there.
Deny your son, but they don't have nothing to do with me. I don't understand you don't understand.
I'm coming over there throwing my pool party for my son anyway. I'm not finna not. Louise already told me you was cool, and now you going to act like you not cool?
Louise said I'm cool because I am cool, boo-boo, but I'm not cool with you. I don't know you, okay? So if you
I told you I'm Kendrick from one street over. I told you who I was.
I don't give a flying who you are. It doesn't matter. I don't know you well enough to let you use my pool. You're not using my pool, and that's the bottom line. So
my son Justin don't turn 10 but one damn time.
I don't give a we all just turned 10 one time. What are you talking about?
I'm
Go
not
to a
not finna not have no
You talking
pool
about
party
black
for my.
people are so bad. So how about you try them white people and see if they let you use their pool? It's other people around here. You got John across the street from me. Ask him to see if that white gonna let you use his pool. You coming to me talking about this why black people can't do and all this kind of stuff. It ain't about being black. It's about being safe. You're not coming in here. I don't know what kind of antibodies you got. I don't know if you had COVID. You ain't even say no like that. You ain't even tell me whether all y'all been tested. All the kids been tested? Can you tell me that?
Hey. Listen. This what I'm going to tell you. I'm there Saturday at noon waiting on the 20 kids to come. Going to be for 2 hours over there.
Good luck.
What?
And yeah, guess what? I'm a clack, reach you back. You come to my house pulling up with some kids, you going to catch a bad one. And I will have the police here wait. What time is the party, baby? Because I will have police here wait. You're not coming in my yard. You got people out here getting killed for dumb less than that. So
look, you know what, Doc? I don't want to argue with you. Just give me your address so I can let everybody know where they're going.
You know what? Good luck finding my address. Get it from Louise so I can her up. Then I'm going to you up too, and I'm going to your kids up too. Let them little nappy-headed kids come in my yard and see what happens.
Okay. So what about your neighbor Patricia?
Ask Patricia. Call Patricia. That's on Patricia. Ain't got nothing to do with me, just like this party ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't know Justin. I don't know you. You calling people, getting adamant and nasty about using somebody's pool with all this going on. Man, I'm not trying to put my life at risk for you. Louise, you, okay? Bye.
Okay, hold on. Can I tell you something else, though? Can I tell you what Patricia told me?
What?
Patricia told me to call you. This is nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Patricia got me to prank phone call.
What? Wait a minute.
This is nephew Tommy, Steve Harvey Morning Show. Your next door neighbor Patricia got me to prank phone call you. Matter of fact, Patricia and Louise.
I hate both of them right now. And I was talking to Louise, and she kept saying, "Oh, so you just having parties?" It was 3 little people in there. Oh my God! I love your show. Oh my! I'm so confused right now. I was like, I'm gonna get my pool covered. Like, this is crazy. I can't even breathe. Oh my God, this is crazy. And you got me.
I got you, baby. Baby, tell me this. What is the baddest, and I mean the baddest, radio show in the land?
Woo! Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Come on.
Man.
Oh,
come on.
You play too much.
Poor John. John ain't had nothing to do with the prank and got cussed out.
Yeah.
I am cool, boo-boo.
Right.
I'll mess you up, your kids up.
Blank you, blank Louise, blank that pool.
Have they all been tested? I love that.
Yeah, that's all I want to know.
Stupid enough for you?
My son only turns 10 one time. We all only turn.
Yes. Your friend said you was cool. I am cool, boo-boo.
I love that.
Boo-boo.
Love it.
Man.
Oh, man.
All right, King of Pranks. You did that.
Keeping it stupid. King of Pranks moving around the country a little bit. So get ready because the nephew's coming to Jacksonville, Florida. That is November the 12th and 13th at the Ramona Pavilion Ballroom. That's Nephew Tommy and Friends. Straight up comedy, baby. Come get it dead in your face. And then the following weekend, that would be November the 20th, Dayton, Ohio, at the Dayton, Ohio Convention Center. The nephew shall be there. First time ever. So get your tickets. They're on sale right now. And I won't have this nasal congestion when I get there, okay? I'm going to be 130%
Let's
stupid.
hope not.
Wow. All right. Man.
All right. All right. Thank you, nephew. Feel better. Coming up next, Strawberry Letters subject. Why can't he take a hint? Why can't he take a hint? We'll find out. We'll get into the letter right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, with all the festivities around the corner, we teamed up with our friends at Gold Series from Pantene to help you create a new you for the holidays. We've got your chance to win $1,500. That's right, to cover a new hairdo and clothes, plus a hair care gift basket from Gold Series from Pantene. Enter and get rules at steveharveyfm.com. No matter how you work your hair, Gold Series works hard while you work wonders. Works better because it's made better. Get all the info at steveharveyfm.com. And good luck, everybody. All right, time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to steveharveyfm.com and click Submit Strawberry Letter, because guess what? We could be reading your letter right here, right now. You never know. This could be yours. That's for you, Jay.
It could be. Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, the Strawberry Letter.
Thank you, nephew. Subject, why can't he take a hint? Dear Stephen Shirley, I'm recently divorced and in the process of rebuilding my life. My ex-husband has been in my face and in my space too much. I had to stop talking to him altogether in the past few weeks because he's still acting as if he's my man. He did move me into my new place and got an additional key made just in case I had an emergency. We are both very cautious people, so I didn't think it was strange for him to have a key. After all, we've been best friends for many years. I used to come home and find grocery items he bought and put in my fridge for me, and it freaked me out. Before my birthday, he filled my living room with balloons and gifts, and it scared me. I insisted that he'd always call before he came by, but since he had a key, it was hard to regulate when he came. One thing led to another, and I took my key away from him. A few months later, I met a man at our singles ministry mixer at church. He's from a neighborhood church, and we were instantly attracted to each other. I asked him if we could attend his church because my ex attends my church. It wasn't a problem at first until my ex-husband started missing me at our church and called one Sunday to see if I was all right. My new guy was in the background when my ex called on FaceTime. He blurted out that we are good and everything is good from here on out. My ex didn't like that, and he popped up at my house. I explained to him that I was moving on with my life and I had met someone. He seemed calm, but he was sweating a lot. He asked if he could meet my new guy, and I said no. How do I get my ex-husband to understand that he was a cheater, so we're divorced and he needs to move on without me? I think he understands quite well. I really do. He knows what he did. He knows what divorce means. He understands. Let me say this. I applaud you for being able to pick up the pieces and move on. Oftentimes, men like him, cheating husbands, think that you're their property and they can do whatever they want and you'll just still sit there and take it and do nothing. He was arrogant and disrespectful and unfaithful. 3 things that can get you divorced sooner or later. What he did was gamble on his marriage and he lost. Okay, that's it. That's what we mean when we say, it's not what we mean when we say take risks, I should say. You don't take risks on your marriage. You don't do that, okay? Now he's sorry. He wants to act like he didn't do what he did. And I bet it wasn't even worth it, the cheating and all of that. It usually never is. He doesn't want to let you go, but he's got to face the facts that it's too late for him right now. You guys are divorced. It's over. He's going to have to accept it at some point. And what if you marry this new guy that you're with right now? What's your ex going to do then? He's got to let you go. That's what he's got to do. Steve?
Why can't he take a hint? Well, because men don't do hints. We're not good at that. We don't do hints. Ladies, how many times have you hinted to your man something and then he didn't catch the hint and then now you mad? I hinted at what I wanted for my birthday. You got to tell him. We don't do hints really well because we don't think alike. So let's go. A woman is recently divorced in the process of rebuilding her life. Her ex-husband has been in her face and her space entirely too much. She said she had to stop talking to him altogether in the past few weeks because he was still acting as if he was my man. Now, I'm going to point out something right here. The reason he's acting like he's still your man is because you allow it. And here we go with the proof. He did move me into my new place and got an additional key made just in case I had emergency. Now, we're both cautious people, so I didn't think it was strange for him to have a key. How you ain't think that was strange? How you think that it's okay to give your ex a key to your new place. How that ain't strange? Fellas, if you're in a divorce and you go get a new place and you give your key to your ex, whatever happened, you got it coming. Cause you stupid. Stupid. Give your ex a key to your new place. And then she said, and the reason I did it was because after all, we've been best friends for many years. I used to come home and find grocery items he put for me in my fridge for me. See, that sounds good, don't it? But then guess what she say? And it freaked me out. You open up the refrigerator, all of a sudden it's just full of groceries. And then before your birthday, he filled my living room with balloons and gifts, and it scared me. You freaked out again. I insisted that he'd always call before he came by. But since he had a key, it was hard to regulate when he came. Because he don't care what you say. He moved you in. He got a key. He putting food in the fridge. He putting balloons in the house. What you talking about? It freaked you out, but you ate it?
All right, hold on, Steve. We'll have part 2 of your response coming up at 23 minutes after the hour. Today's Strawberry Letter subject, why can't he take a hint? We'll get back into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, come on, Steve. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter. The subject is, why can't he take a hint?
Well, like I said, the reason he can't take a hint is because men don't take hints good. You have to tell us. Divorced lady rebuilding her life. Her ex-husband is in her space too much. She done quit talking to the man altogether because of the past few weeks. He was still acting like he was her man. And I've said it before the break, that's because she allowed it. Now then she says he did move me into my new place and got an additional key made in case I had an emergency. Now we both cautious people, so I didn't think that was strange for him to have a key. After all, we've been best friends for many years. I don't know how you didn't think it would be strange to have your ex to have a key to your new place. How that ain't strange? That's strange as hell. That is strange as hell to me. It's damn near weird.
Right.
But it's really what I really want to call it. That's stupid. It ain't a man alive gonna get a new place and then give his ex-wife a key to it. Cause he know she gonna just pop up every time she think of something. And guess what I'm gonna be in here doing? Showing you why we got the divorce in the first place. All right, now then she started getting freaked out by little stuff he did. He put groceries in the fridge for him, come home, that freaked her out. Her birthday, fill the living room with gifts and balloons, that scared her to death. And then he'd say it was hard to regulate him because he had a key. That's cause it's crazy for him to have the key. So one thing led to another, and then finally she took the key away. Now, here's what life starts picking up. See, once you get rid of the old car in your driveway, you then show to God that you have room for the new car. So after you took your key from the man and stopped playing house with your ex-husband so he can pop in, fill it up with balloons and groceries and all this here, after you did that, a few months later, glory be to God, I met a man. Why? Why did you meet a man? Because God saw you were ready to meet the man because you cut off all ties with your old one. You can't have an old car in the driveway and no place to park the new car. So a few months later, I met a man at our single ministry mixer at church. He's from a neighboring church, and we were instantly attracted to each other. I asked him if we could attend his church because my ex attends my church. It wasn't a problem at first until my ex started missing me at our church and called me one Sunday to see if I was all right. Well, my new guy was in the background when my ex called on FaceTime, and her new guy blurted out, "We good. We all good.
Yeah.
Everything good from here on out, homie." He was urinating on the tree. He was marking his territory. FaceTime, you all right? Yeah, we good. He wasn't talking to him, but he want him to talk to him. We all good. Matter of fact, we good from now on. This the church man talking like this because he ready for the confrontation in Jesus' name. My ex didn't like that. Now my ex didn't like that. So guess what he did? He popped up at my house. And then I explained to him that I was moving on with my life and I had met someone. He seemed calm, but he was sweating a lot. See, he didn't come over that day. He came over the next day and popped up. And the reason he was sweating, because he was hoping like hell that man that blurted out in the background wasn't over there. And the reason he was sweating, because he was scared he was going to get his ass whooped. That's what the sweating was for. He ain't on drugs or nothing. He went over there and was thinking this could possibly run into a confrontation and I could get my ass whooped. But I'm going to go over there and hope he ain't there. And once again, he wasn't there. He asked if he could meet my new guy, and I said no. Now, he want to meet the new guy for what? I'm going to tell you why he want to meet him. So he can size him up. So he can see what he up against. But see, he ain't up against nothing. You was up against yourself, homie. You cheated on this woman. You did her bad. How do I get my ex-husband that he was a cheater, so we're divorced and he needs to move on without me? No, you ain't got to convince him of that. You move on without him. See, why are you trying to get somebody else to act right? Why don't you act right? Quit calling me, block his number, change your number, block him, get a restraining order, get all that right here. That's how you move on. See, you ain't got to try to get him to do right. You just got to do what you got to do so you can go on with your new life. You can't make another person do a damn thing. So you have to help him. So you have to help him. And that's all it is. But see, listen to this. You can't keep letting people stay in your life that need to be out your life. Y'all need to stop that. Stop trying to be friends with everybody. That friendship you and your husband had, that season has passed. He ruined that with distrust. So y'all ain't got to be friends no more. Period. Okay. I don't know why we like to hang on to stuff that we need to let go of.
And they didn't even say they had kids, Steve.
They ain't got no kids.
Mm-hmm. I know, so it's no reason for them.
Man, bye.
All right, thank you. Hit us up on Instagram at Steve Harvey FM with your thoughts on today's Strawberry Letter and Facebook as well. And check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. Coming up next, more trending stories and headlines. We'll be back at 46 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, here we go. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for Sports Talk with Junior. What you got, Junior?
All right, Unc, the NFL Week 8, man. Let's go to these scores, Unc. Pimpin, where you at?
Right here, always here.
Yeah, it is. You know Pimpin, you picked it, man. Packers over the Arizona Cardinals 24-21.
Said it, knew it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You picked that?
Panthers over the Falcons 19-13. What happened?
Hell. All right, that's my last time picking ass. I know that.
Atlanta.
I don't give a damn if I do live here. I ain't doing that no more.
Bills over the Dolphins 26-11.
Picked it.
Yeah. 49ers over the Chicago Bears 33-22. Yes, you did. Yeah. Steelers edge out the Browns 15-10. Oh,
I've never been so damn mad in my whole life. Well, that's a lie, but go ahead anyway.
Eagles beat the Lions 44-6.
Picked it.
Titans over the Colts 34-31.
Picked it.
The Jets beat the Bengals 34-31.
I couldn't believe I don't even like the damn Bengals. And I picked they punk ass and they lost anyway. That's the last time for that too.
Yeah.
All this picking people I don't like business, that's out.
I understand, Pimpin. Well, here's another one, man. This ought to make you feel better. The Rams beat the Texans 38-22.
Come on now, everybody knew that. Let's go, Junior.
Patriots beat out the Chargers 27-24.
Shocker. That was a shocker. I started to pick that game as a shocker, but I didn't.
Well, here you go one. The Seahawks, man, they beat the brakes off the Jaguars 31-7.
Picked it.
Yes, you did, man. Broncos over the Washington football team 17-10.
Picked it.
Here go one that's shocked that you did pick, Pimpin. Saints over the Bucks. How you see that?
Upset game of the week. I said it. I knew it. I saw it. I called it.
Oh, no, man. And here's another one you picked, man. I know this probably hurt you, but the Cowboys, they beat the Vikings 20-16 with no Dak Prescott.
Picked it.
Yes, you did, man. You doing great this week, Pimpin. Tonight's game, though, man, we got the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Giants. What you thinking?
I got Kansas City. They not going to lose to the Giants.
Okay.
Sorry. Even though they falling apart right in front of Dave's face.
Who is Dave, Pimpin?
Dave is the engineer on the show that's over there just eating barbecue.
There it is. You got the Chiefs, man. Chiefs over the Giants.
I only missed like 5. I missed 5 this week out of the
just 4.
I only missed 4. Man, my parlays hurt me, though. I missed $32,000 by one team. God.
A great record overall, Pimpin. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Junior. Coming up next, Comedy Roulette, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time for J. Anthony Brown's Comedy Roulette. And you ready?
Very easy. It's very easy. You take 3 subjects that you give us, put them on the wheel, spin the wheel, where it stops. We'll make it funny.
Okay.
All we got to do is do it.
Huh? Let's
All
do it?
we got to do is do it. Yeah, we know how.
All right, here we go.
What is
it? Things you say when you don't like a friend's outfit.
Okay.
Okay.
When substitute teachers let you know they don't play.
Love it.
Miss Harvey.
And things you say when you were cold busted, okay? Just busted.
Humana.
Don't land on that one.
Let's go. Spin the wheel.
Please don't land on that one.
Oh, it landed on things you say when you don't like a friend's outfit. Let's go.
Okay.
Cool.
Uh-oh. Yeah. I'll go. Here you go. Things you say when you don't like a friend's outfit. I've never seen that color before. That's to me. I've seen a lot of colors. Not that one.
All right, Junior. Things you say when you don't like a friend's outfit.
Hey, man, what band you join?
What?
What band you join?
It's a costume?
Yeah.
Got to be.
He really doesn't like it. Things you say when you don't like a friend's outfit, nephew.
Hey, when you gonna start getting dressed, dog? Huh? What? For real though, when you gonna? Come on, man.
Put some clothes on.
Man.
All right, Steve Harvey. Things you say when you don't like a friend's outfit.
You good, dog? You got pink eye or something? Because I know you ain't see that right. All right.
Got to. Yeah.
We're playing Comedy Roulette, and the subject is things you say when you don't like a friend's outfit.
You got on way too many plaids. I mean, way too many. It's just too many of them, okay? 6 of them got to go.
Yeah. See, Shirley, dudes is a little more insulting with our boys.
Yeah.
Y'all might have to be a little bit more round the bush. We kind of get to it.
Yeah. Okay, all right, I see that. Things you say when you don't like a friend's outfit, Junior, what?
You ain't consulting nobody. Yes, nobody.
Things you say when you don't like a friend's outfit, nephew.
Come on, man. Either pull your pants up or your legs down. One of the two, dog. Come on, man. You got to do something with this here.
Mr. Harvey, things you say when you don't like a friend's outfit. What?
Everything must be in the cleaners, huh?
Yeah.
It's Comedy Roulette, Jay. Things you say when you don't like a friend's outfit is the subject.
Man, your testicles got to be hurting. They have got to be hurting.
They're tight, huh?
Too much.
What you got, Junior?
I'm be honest with you, man. Michael Jackson would have issues putting that on.
Things you say when you don't like a friend's outfit, nephew Tommy.
So is this a 70s party we going to? Because I didn't know at all.
Maybe you need to change. All right. Comedy roulette, Steve. Things you say when you don't like a friend's outfit. Close it out.
Hey, y'all, I think his mama's still dressing him.
Why are you whispering?
Because he said that to his boys. As soon as you walk in, he just leaned over. I think his mama's still dressing him.
She got to be.
All right, guys. Thank you. That was J. Anthony Brown's Comedy Roulette. Coming up, we'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show at 20 minutes after, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, so R. Kelly continues to fight his federal racketeering conviction and has enlisted the help of high-profile attorney Jennifer Bongine, who won the appeal of Bill Cosby's sex abuse case. New York-based attorney Jennifer Bongine has filed her appearance in R. Kelly's case in U.S. District Court in Brooklyn, where Kelly was convicted last month of racketeering and sex abuse charges, according to the Chicago Tribune. Bongine told the Tribune she will spearhead R. Kelly's post-conviction motions, and if U.S. District Judge Ann Donnelly denies him a new trial, she will work on an appeal before the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals. The post-trial motions are due on Monday, but Bongine has asked the court for a 2-month extension. Bongine said she's looking forward to getting familiar with the record in Kelly's case.
Well, after you get familiar with it later, it's going to be the same thing.
And you're going to be exhausted.
And I don't know who.
Did she not see all them files they was pushing in there?
Hey, dog, I don't know who came up with the woman. I don't know who came up with the money for this woman. Dog, this is just, dog, all this is money moves with these lawyers, man. Just some money moves right here. Somebody came up with some money for this dude. He sold something, got something, and hired her. And then he figured, since Bill Cosby made that statement about him, he better get her, and he might know something. This is a money move on her play.
We'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show coming up at 33 minutes after the hour. We'll do a round of Would You Rather right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, it's time for our round of Would You Rather. Here we go, guys. Would you rather be very handsome and stupid or ugly and a genius?
B.
A. B.
Ugly and a genius?
Well, you got half an A right, Tommy.
So. He doesn't think so. Tommy wants to be
handsome,
very handsome and stupid.
I can figure it out. I can get it figured out.
What'd you say, Tommy? You that now, huh?
Yeah, you going for
get it
stupid,
figured out.
Tommy?
I'm not finna be. I'm not finna be ugly.
Well,
I'm sorry.
You already are.
He doesn't see that, Steve.
Strange looking ass boy. I don't know what's wrong with you, man. Look at yourself.
I ain't strange looking.
No, look at yourself. Strange.
And I'm pleased with what I see.
Well, you're a walking science project.
Shut your ugly ass up, Junior.
But I'm smart enough to know it.
I know. I look in the mirror. I know what's going on. And I'm damn near a genius, so I ain't worried about it.
Yeah.
I really am.
So you want to be ugly and a genius?
He B. He's B.
Okay. All right.
He's B. The problem with Tommy is he half a A.
I'm all A. Y'all just 3 ugly geniuses. So that's what it is.
Here we go. I don't know how these two came up together, but this is another Would You Rather be tall and average looking or 5 feet tall and very, very beautiful or handsome?
That's the problem we have right now. That's the problem we have. Give it to me again, Shirley.
Okay.
Shirley.
Would you rather be tall and average looking,
right
or
here,
5 feet tall and very and handsome, very handsome? What would you rather be?
B.
You knew, Shirley.
B.
Once again, I'm not finna be
take this A all ass day long. I'm gonna be tall and take this average ass look I got and go on and make a living with it.
You can't be
Is
in
he half a
nothing.
B too?
But average is an upgrade from ugly, though. Average is an upgrade from ugly.
Average, I mean, I don't care. Average
so it
and
don't
ugly.
matter.
Moses, what is that?
You're an ugly average, is what you're asking.
Why do we have
Well,
this debate?
because
every
you have
day?
this dumb on lock, you seem to think that you're all right. Because you've been in half of all of these.
Would you rather would you rather, now listen to this, guys. This applies to all of you. Would you rather give up cursing forever?
B.
Or would you rather give up ice cream?
Buy Bluebell.
Ice cream.
Buy
B.
Or no, let's substitute ice cream for sex. I'd like that better.
Then A. Yeah.
Well, that's
I'm going
going
to
to be
cuss
hard.
during sex, though.
Yeah, I could keep 8.
Pick
Yeah.
one.
I'm going to cuss in the middle of sex. So I don't know how we going to get past it.
We'll be back.
Ooh, blank.
Coming up, it is our last break of the day, and we'll have some closing remarks from the one and only Steve Harvey right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, right before we get to Steve's closing remarks, we got to remind everybody, guys, that tomorrow is Election Day. We want people to get out and vote. These local elections are very important. So Virginia, New Jersey, Atlanta, please let's get out and vote tomorrow in your state. These local elections, check your voting status and know your voting rights. Go to whenweallvote.org.
Let's go. We got to vote, y'all.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right,
Hey,
Steve.
In closing, I want to go back to something I was talking about last week, and it's about pressure. I want to remind everybody about something. When you feel pressure, when you are under pressure, when you're being pressurized, when you feel the weight of everything, embrace it. You hear old people say, pressure bust a pipe. I mean, that's how hard pressure is. But pressure also shapes and molds. Pressure always reveals something. And the thing that you have to understand about pressure in your life, it reveals a side of you that you may not have been aware of. When I think back on all the pressure moments of my life, it taught me more and more and more about myself than I even knew. I realized in my life that I'm really stronger than I ever thought I was. That I can actually bear up under more than I thought I could. And so have you. If you just think about it, y'all. Think about back to all your pressure moments and how you handled them. The majority of us, 98% of us, have handled the pressure that was presented to us. Oh, it didn't feel good. It didn't set right with us. It may have caused some adverse things to happen, but you've survived it. You got on the other side of it. And if you haven't, you're currently pressing your way forward through it right now. Pressure is necessary in sculpting who God wants us to be. You need the pressure to form the shape. Nothing happens without pressure. If you ever go to the Grand Canyon, do you see the beauty of the Grand Canyon is one of the natural wonders of the world? You know what caused that? Pressure. Pressure. You ever seen a river coming down through a creek, babbling creek, how beautiful it is? You know what causes that? Pressure. That was some pressure somewhere. You ever seen a waterfall? You ever been to Niagara Falls, Victoria Falls? You know how beautiful it is? You know what causes that? Pressure. Pressure. You know how you get to become the world's strongest man? You put yourself under pressure. You know how athletes, you know how Usain Bolt broke all these world records? Because he put himself under pressure. It's required. Barack Obama became the first African-American president of the United States. You know why? Because he put himself under the pressure. Pressure shapes, molds, and builds, man. But bigger than anything else, pressure produces results. You have got to get accustomed to the pressure. You've got to get okay with the pressure because pressure produces results. Oh, man. If it wasn't if it wasn't for pressure, you wouldn't be who you are today. Think about it. Every woman in this world who has had a child, has given birth to a child, has been under immense pressure, unthinkable pressure to be able to do that one thing that nobody else can do but them. Pressure. Your beautiful child was produced under pressure. Pressure's necessary, man. But pressure is uncomfortable. But you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable because that's the process to the success. Success is on the other side of that pressure. So you got to deal with it. Pressure. Pressure busts a pipe, if you want to look at it that way. But pressure also produces a lot of beautiful things. Pressure also produces a lot of great things. Pressure produces great people. I've always just wanted to be one of those. I never thought I would be the absolute best at anything. I don't know if I really can say that or not. I don't really remember trying to be the best at anything. I was more or less trying to be the best that I could be at a certain thing. I've never really put myself in that race with other people. I've always put that pressure on me. I've always been under pressure to be the best me that I could be. And I thank God for pressure because pressure has produced some great moments for me that has allowed me to be the best person I could be at that particular thing that I was doing. That's what pressure does. Embrace the pressure, drink it. Take big sips of it. Take gulps of it because it produces greatness. Those are my closing remarks today. Hope you got something from it. Y'all have a good one, man. Hey, look here. We'll see y'all tomorrow, God willing. Another great show coming. Thank you, Lord, for today.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.